We are here in Barcelona 2015, Veeam World Europe. I'm here with Luca De Loca from Veeam. And
thanks for having me.
You're welcome. We're gonna talk about some new features of Veeam that were already announced. And one of them is, for example, the new cloud replication. Luca, can you tell us more about it?
Sure. The new version 9 of Veeam backup replication is coming in Q4, so in this quarter. And one of the main features we announced already since 3 months ago is going to be Veeam Cloud Connect replication. We already have the option in version 8 to do backup to the cloud. Now in version 9 we are adding replication. So with this technology, the service provider component will be able to receive replication job from Veeam user. So if you are a Veeam user, you already have the client component of Cloud Connect. And thanks to this abstraction layer, you will connect your environment to the service provider environment. It will be multi-tenant. You will be able to consume a vSphere cluster that the service provider has in a complete multi-tenant fashion. You will be able to subscribe to dedicated resource, so you can buy by the price of CPU, memory, storage resources that you need without owning your own secondary site. But the nice part of the solution is not only the engine for the replication, but the fact that it's, first of all, totally integrated in the solution, so you don't need another tool. But the Cloud Connect will appear in the interface like a secondary cluster. So exactly like now, today, you do a local replication job. You will simply configure a replication job that will use the cloud as a target. And then we will also take care of the networking part. Because every time people talk about replication, they only talk about, DR as a service, they always talk about the replication part. But then obviously when you replicate the virtual machine in the second place, which is not under your control, because it's a service provider, you also need to communicate with the virtual machine in your premises and the other one in the cloud. So one of the technology of Cloud Connect is going to be the network overlay. So basically, thanks to our technology, we will create a stretched network between the service provider and the user, so the user will not need to change any configuration in the virtual machine. Think about a different IP, a different subnet, a different gateway. Some of the times people don't find this easy, or maybe you have an application that has problem if you change the IP. In this way, you can transparently move not all your data center, because it's a full failover, but maybe it's only a partial failover. So you can simply power on the failover VM at the service provider, and they can still communicate with the other virtual machine and your user that are still in your premises.
The replication jobs, they still have to be configured after you do normal backup jobs, or they are completely separate?
You can do both ways. The replication job by itself is completely separated by a backup job. Because we use VMware Snapshot as a base, because it's the off-the-shelf supported way by VMware, you can take multiple snapshots of the same VM, so eventually even a backup job and a replication job can run at the same time. If you have a small environment, so it takes time for you to take a backup, and you don't want to run 2 snapshots against the same virtual machine every day, this is already available in version 8. You can start a replication job from a backup. Yeah. So obviously there is a difference in the RPO, because the backup is older than the replica, but for many small customers this is more than enough. And the advantage is that you're touching the production environment only once. Exactly. You create the backup first, and then from the data of the backup, you create the replication.
There is less pressure on the storage solution.
Yes,
yeah.
Exactly. This is the main goal for this design. And another feature that is available for the replication is the one acceleration, for example. Before, the one acceleration was only available for backup copy job, but now the one acceleration is also available for replication job. So again, if you are a customer with not a lot of bandwidth, we know especially in Europe and some other region, bandwidth is not always an easy resource. Having something that can reduce the amount of data that cross the internet is something that can help. So having the one acceleration helping you is another good option that you have in the software.
Okay, thanks Luca very much for taking your time.
Thank you. Thank you.